Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. In case you didn't recognise the guy on the screen, that's Mr. Kassoniag himself. The car is a Kassoniag Genko, named after his father, and if you want one, it's $3 million each. They only made 125, but even if you had that kind of money, too darn bad because they've all been sold out. Anyway, a guy that can afford a car like that is in the top 10%, possibly even the 1%. And as you all know, there's pickup artists have a career telling guys how to pick up women, but guys that can afford that kind of car don't need to go to pickup artists because women come to them. But then the guy that has that kind of money has to be careful because there are women pickup artists. So on that basis, I found this over the weekend. As you can see, it's a site called Hello Bombshell. I think it was written in this year, probably this month. I can't really find a date, but it's copyright 2022. As you can see on the title is 21 places where to meet successful single rich men without online dating. It goes down. Dating can be tricky. Dating as a high-value woman and navigating how and where to find a high-caliber and successful man can be particularly challenging. These are sentiments of single women in New York, Miami, London, and metropolitan cities across the globe. No doubt it's referring to all these middle-class, upper-middle-class women in these metropolitan areas which are after a husband to keep them in the style that they used to. It goes on, when it comes to defining what a successful man is, many women have different viewpoints on the matter. I say to each their own, but with all the proverbial fish in the sea, why are so many single women having such a hard time finding a successful guy? I.e., the 20-80 rule, as in 80% of the women are after the top 20% of the guys, or more specifically for that type of car, the 90-10 rule, as in 90% of the women want the top 10% of the guys. And it goes on, with the advent of dating apps, dating itself isn't hard at all. It's actually quite easy, too easy, and therein lies the problem. And then we have a free course, how a woman can level up her wardrobe to get a rich guy. If you're not careful, it's easy to find yourself wasting time on endless dates with men who are just aren't up to par, i.e. enforcing the 80-20 rule. Because it's so easy for any Joe to fangle a decent enough dating profile and keep us reasonably entertaining rapport. It's difficult to vet the time wasters until they're sitting over a cheap glass of wine bored half to death by this fool. That just shows the attitude of some women. The Man Talk videos on YouTube gives lots of TikTok videos about all these types of women and how they're complaining about guys. It goes on, where to find guys without online dating. Now this is the main part of the article. It says, where is it now? Of course, I'm not saying high-quality men, rich men, or wealthy men aren't on these dating sites at all. I don't think they're on dating sites at all because high-quality rich men and just don't need to go on dating apps because they have women chasing them. I'm just saying, before online dating exists, how did savvy women find successful men? Successful men, rich men, wealthy men, and overall high-quality men are out there in the flesh in their daily lives. Now, this is not a new thing. The 1953 movie How to Marry a Millionaire gave an example of the modern women's approach to getting a successful rich guy. There's Lauren Bacall, there's Betty Grable, and there's Marilyn Monroe. Notice how women dressed as women in those days. No tattoos, no body piercings, no attitude, and they dressed as women do, using their femininity to get a guy, because that's a woman's most powerful weapon. And there's also books about how a woman can get a rich guy. These are 3 of them. Finding a husband after 35, i.e. post-war, best of luck with that. A simple 15-step action program. And the power of the pussy. But if a guy can get pussy any time, he's not going to go after a woman like that. And now we come down to the main thing. It's all essentially common sense. Lifestyle places to find successful men. Wealthy, affluent neighborhoods. And explain it. Exclusive gyms. What to wear in the exclusive gym. Fine dining establishments where rich guys go to eat. High-end grocery stores. High-end boutiques and luxury department stores. £2,290 for a handbag. Bloody hell. And $2,290 for a handbag. And $2,295 for a jacket to go with it. And social places, churches and other places of worship. That's debatable. Make millionaire friends, you've got to be in those circles to do it. Alumni gatherings. Charity events. Political party events, volunteering, sporting events, and crash exclusive parties if she can, professional matchmaking service, the country and club art shows and receptions, auction houses, private clubs. Most gentlemen's private clubs don't allow women through the door. Professional place to meet high quality men, places of business. That's not a dating place, that's just a place of work. And professional conventions and investment and wealth management seminars. And then it's 21 places to meet successful men without dating online. It's a book. No, it's the site, hellobombshell.com. And then we've got the comments section. Women, I would love to have a wealthy partner, someone who is not controlling. And then down, and you look, my dear, I know a good dating site that can reach men. Meetrichmen.us. Let's have a look at that. Copy. New thing. Paste. Rich guys beware. Lots of women are after you. That silly old bugger. He probably knows what she's up to or what she wants. Anyway. I'm here to meet a rich man to meet my plans and dreams in life. In other words, she wants a walk-in ATM, a pet wallet. And then, I'd like to meet a rich guy. I'm in my 60s and look 40. In other words, she's post-war. Best of luck at Monica. And there's one at the bottom. He's a rich guy. Joe, I'm a rich man. It's awful advice. Blah, blah, blah. That often worked at airports and airlines. It isn't creepy to talk to a woman next to you if you have to sit next to each other for the next 2 hours. Well, really, really rich guys don't bother with airports or commercial flights. They have their own private jet. So he mustn't be all that rich. He's a highly paid employee, but he's not an employer. But anyway, that's at the top. from Hello Bombshell. Now I was looking around, Rupert Murdoch's son has brought out an article on this topic, and this lady, billionaire matchmaker, reveals the top places you need to go to nab a rich man, including posh supermarkets, more or less the same places as the other article said. This was done on 3rd of July 2019, and she makes a living out of advising rich women to find rich husbands. At most I should say she's a 7. And this is about the article, and this is where to meet friends: dry cleaners, high-end grocery stores, gyms, galleries, antiques fairs, blah blah blah. Once again, airports. Really, really rich, wealthy guys don't bother with airports because private jets have their own private airport, and it's generally arrive on the plane and away. And then that's the article. But as I said, let's get back to the front. A rich guy who can afford a car like that doesn't need to go chasing women because they're chasing after him, but he has to be careful because, as I've just showed you, there's a whole industry of predatory women after this guy, and if he doesn't watch out, he'll be taken to the cleaners, and if he's taken to the cleaners, then he loses his allure to other women, because look at John Cleese. He got married 3 times and he was shafted 3 times. And if you're American, look at Robin Williams. He was also on $20 million a movie, but ended up hanging himself as he got shafted by all the women that he married. So buyer beware, as they say. I think we're on the 10-minute mark now. Sorry, this is a bit off topic, people, but I couldn't find anything about MGTOW worth doing a video about. So that's it for this one. You know the routine: like, dislike, comment, subscribe, etc. It's completely up to you. So till next Monday, bye bye.